Hey guys, welcome back to Max Electronics. In today's video we've got a generic mini LED moving head on a table. It came from a nightclub that I work at, and the problem with that is there's actually a bunch of them and they're all faulty, they all need to be fixed, but this one in particular. So what happens is when we turn it on, there is no movement from pan or tilt, or gobble for that matter. So I'll power it up. It is booting. I did open it up so we can see a reset at the moment. And there we go, now it went into the demo mode. The motors are not even holding, they're free. There's only two colors, blue and red. Blue will eventually disappear and there'll be only red left. We'll discover why in a second. So as you can see, that's red. And oh, there's blue again, but that's a faulty LED. So all of the alternative, so it's not noisy, all of them have only red light. There's no green or blue because the LED is blown, that's obvious. So we're going to have to be replacing LED, but this one, like you saw, there's no change in gobo or homing or anything like that. Now I did open it up before because I service them at the nightclub, but this one, if we open it up, which is a weird way of doing that, let's disconnect the display. Here comes the display. This is just the multiplexes for the buttons and the display. There's nothing really special on that board. That's all there is to it. There is main board right here, and steppers with a switch, end of travel switch, and that's it. So the problem here, I will zoom right in. Actually, I'll disconnect those so you can see better. There it is. It let the magic smoke out. And those are three stepper drivers. The bottom one is for gobo, then tilt and pan. So pan, tilt, gobo. And they're the ones that are not working. So let's, because I've already done some diagnosis, what's happening is there is no power to any of those chips. The top one looks like it's blowing, but what we'll do, we'll get the board out of there first and we'll measure it out and see what's going on, why there is no power. So here is the board, and as we can see, the capacitor right here that used to be, let me grab something to point with. Here it is. So you can see each of the motor drivers, which are, by the way, LV, you probably can see it better than me, LV8549 or 48. There's three of them. That's the LED drivers. That's the LM358, which drives the microphone, and that's the main processor. So very simple, and that's the LED driver section here. So there is a power rail that goes from the back here. There it is, 12 volts, and it's going to that cap and to the LED drivers. So with that cap, it inverts through the via to the cap, and then continues from here onto that rail that you can see going all the way and ends here. So that's the supply voltage, and across we have the decoupling capacitors for all three. And it looks like this cap has exploded and let out the magic smoke. I don't think the chip is damaged, although it looks like it's got a lot of soot and everything, but I don't think there is any damage in it. I think the cap has just failed, it's shorted, and because it's such a high current, it's just burned out. And it took out the track that continues on for the rest of the drivers. I happen to found the cap, which is right here. Oh, Jesus. It's magnetic. It hardly resembles the cap, but yeah, that's the cap. You can actually just see... Oh, let me get that off. Yeah, that is the cap that was there, that exploded. So there is no continuity between the... this continuity between the power, which is pin 1 is the power, second one is enable. You can see them three shorted as enable. The track underneath goes into every first pin, which is the positive, and the last one is the negative, which you can see here. They all continue fine with the mains, but that one, there is continuity between three of them, but there is no continuity between this part and this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove that cap, probably remove that chip, I'm not sure yet, we'll see what the damage is, clean this all off, remove one of those caps and measure the capacitance so I can get a spare one, even though it's probably going to be 104, which is the 100 nanofarad. at 50 volts. So I'm going to clean all this off and probably replace this cap because there's damage from burning here. And once I take it all off, we'll have a look at what the damage is, and I'll probably will have to patch the wire through here and run it around the back of the circuit board and patch it into here. That'd be probably the easiest way. Alright, give me some time to get this off and clean it up, and I'll be back. The cap has been removed and everything's been cleaned up. As you can see, the damage is actually quite extensive to the track, so this is actually goes in, that's a crater that goes in probably halfway through the board. So it's just a double-sided board, there is no interlayers. And it goes all the way under the cap, so it is damaged, and even on the cap here. So what I am going to do, what I've already done, I've replaced the caps are measuring 11 microfarad. So what I've done, I've put 22 microfarad ceramic here, and that will compensate for this missing one because they're right in between the chips, so that should be alright. This track I've cleaned off completely, and there's nothing metallic left, so the track ends right here at the chip, and that's pretty much it's disconnected as well. So I'm going to put this cap back, and then I'm going to tack the wire onto here, and just a jumper cable, and bodge it all the way around the board and right here, or maybe actually right here. I'll clean that off and solder it onto the top here. Yeah, right up the top here. So that should fix the board, and then we'll plug it in. I'll test it and see if the pan tilt and the gobo motor is working. If they are, then we know the chips are good, and we'll move on to the LED that is not working. So here it is. I did the botch, as you can see that red wire there. I've put everything back. I've attached it to that little cap side, so it's right in the center, almost in the center of those drivers, so this way the power will be distributed evenly, and it's patched at the top. Everything's zig tied back together, as you can see. I have also cleaned the enclosure properly, as I usually do. So I think it is time to plug it in and see if it works. So let me grab the IEC cable. Oh, it is working. And the gobo's disc is turning as well. Here we go. So that's working fine. Alright, I think it's time to take the LED out now and see what's happening there. Why it's, well, I know what's happening there, but we'll take it out anyway and see if we can replace the LED. So I'll be back after I remove the LED module. I have removed the LED module, and it's very simple. We've got a 10 watt RGB LED. We've got heatsink, which is usually sits here. LED mounts on there, this way. And then we have just a lens which is got haze, kind of a fogged look on one side, I guess, to spread the light better, and that sits on top. That's all there is to it. So here is then just the lens and the gobos behind it, as you can see. There's a gobo wheel, and that's it. And that light shines directly onto the gobo wheel. That's the magnet, by the way, for the whole sensor to know where the positioning. So I'm going to replace the, well, let's check it out anyway. I'm positive that it's dead, but on green. So we'll go for red. I'm not sure which side is positive, but we'll try it anyway. Well, it's blue actually. Let's flip it. Yep, so the blue works. Now the green. Nothing on green. What if I press it? No. And the red, of course, works as well. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. But green doesn't. Let's try poking straight through the silicon and see if we can maybe get it working that way. Now I think the bond wires have disconnected. No matter what I do, the green is not lighting up. Let's try it again. No. Yep, So the LED is dead, so let's replace, I'm going to replace this and reassemble it, and then we'll plug it in and see if it works with the new LED. Now that this is done, let's plug it in and see if all the colors are working. So here we go. So it's homing fine. Yep, I can see white and red and green and blue. It looks like it's working just fine. But I think it's time to reassemble it and check out what it can do. The light is now ready, and let's just plug it in and see what it's capable of with some smoke. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. You can also support us on Patreon if you would like to. And that's it. That's how you fix the generic pin spotlight that is somehow blown the caps. I guess cheap parts. But that's it. I will see you next time. My name is Max. Bye.